guys? Today we're going to be setting up and reviewing the Logitech Yeti GX. I got this to improve the audio on my channel because I know it can be sometimes unbalanced and a lot of background noise, because I also try to edit at work. But this mic doesn't only include RGB, but it also includes a smart audio gain, which allows the audio to automatically set itself depending on your voice. If you're too high, it'll lower itself. If you're too low, it'll make your voice sound louder. But besides that, really high premium mic, and it also has a light for the volume knob itself so that it can tell you what the status is, whether it's in smart mode or if it's muted altogether. I'll show you in an example of how that works later, but it's a really nice mic, and I am a Logitech fan. I have the 502X mouse. I can't wait to pair this up. Oh. Alright, let's get this unboxed. Very clean presentation. First glance at the box, it shows you how to attach a arm to your table, as well as the software to get started on the right. It also comes with a free month of Streamlabs, your wire to attach to your computer, the little adapter for the arm if you want to screw it to the table and have it lifted in the air. Mic itself. And then you have the mic itself, nicely wrapped up in this paper cushion. Very premium feeling, sleek black design. At the bottom, you have the platform for the mic. If you don't have a armrest to screw to your table, you can just set it on your table and screw the mic onto this piece. It's heavy, so it doesn't tip over. Nothing else is in the box. Yeah, seems pretty straightforward. This mic has an adjustable swivel so you can point the mic towards you if needed. On the bottom here, we have a USB-C cable that connects to the computer. This is not a wireless mic. Although that would be cool, I don't see a point in that unless you're running a headset like the last video. I'll leave a link in the description for that video if y'all want to check it out. You can also pop the mesh off. I guess this is for cleaning, but it looks really cool. But I'm going to put that on so dust doesn't get in it. So we plugged it in and it looks pretty good, even though it's not set to the color I want. Let's download an update. Okay, so now that we got the update over with, let's go over some of the at-a-glance features they give us. First one is the Yeti GX introducing itself with a dynamic gaming microphone, manual gain control, smart gain control. Not only that, but Blue Voice and Light Sync. Right here it explains a little bit of the microphone and its ability to get rid of background noise and only focus on your voice. You can pause here if you want to read it. Right here, they show you the manual gain control. So, while not in smart, if it's a solid white, it means it's powered on. Solid green means your mic is actively delivering audio, and the flashing red means that it's just too loud and your voice is getting distorted. So, it tells you how your audio is doing, and if you go in the smart audio lock, it tells you right here that if it's in blue, it's in smart audio mode. And if you're shoving your mouth into the mic, it will try as best as can not to make it distort by lowering it the closer you get. The microphone also has Blue Voice, basically a voice enhancer, with the ability to change your voice pattern to sound like you're broadcasting, or if you're underwater, or whatever your preference would be. You can make your voice sound how you want, even put background effect noises if you wanted. It also has the Logitech Light Sync with 4 different default effects, including pulsar, breathing, fix, and color cycle. Now that we got through the at-a-glance features, I would not only like to let you hear the quality of the mic, but I will also show you the amount of settings you can apply to the mic, whether it's just modifying your voice frequency through Blue Voice's presets, or if it's completely overhauling your voice to sound like an alien, a robot, or even a demon. You can do anything you want with Blue Voice in this microphone. So say for instance, I want to sound like a broadcaster. I can put it in broadcaster mode. It's going to decrease my input gain and do a bunch of other settings with my low, mid, and highs so that I can sound like I'm broadcasting. You also have classic and more bass, as well as if you're at a desk, and it's trying to simulate where your location is. So say for instance, if you have a boom arm set up, then it's going to make it sound like it's professional. If you're at a desk, it's going to sound like you're around wood, I guess. Definitely, it makes your voice a little bit different from the actual default. But I like to keep mine at a custom ones. You can create your own, and you can even browse the community's made ones. So this person says he has the best settings, so you can download this and it'll apply to your microphone. Or if you want to have more professional sounding ones, super clear orb or super clear male voice, you can download from these people. Who knows, you might actually find something specific you want. So there's the community created ones, and then there's your own. So for your own, if you're not going through a preset, you do have all your options here, like your lows, mids, and high frequency settings. You can completely disable that and just sound leveled, or you can enable that to sound more crispier. You have a high pass mode that goes all the way to 400 hertz, and you have the ability to have a signal cleanup feature. So if you want to adjust your gate, the noise reduction, etc., you can do that. This is really good for an audio nerd, because they would know what they're doing. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what most of these are, but you have the option to do all of it. For layman's, I do know what low, mids, and highs are, but I have no idea what a DS or whatever. Not only change these settings, but you can also apply effects to your voice. So say for instance, you can choose from one of the voice effects here, or you can create your own. So if I wanted to sound like an alien,
I can sound like an alien right now. This is what an alien sounds like. I can have a wild voice.
I can even sound like a demon.
but you get the point. You can also browse the community for different effects as well. If you want to simulate yourself in a helmet as a space diver in Helldivers 2, you can simulate that. You can download high pitch or even reverb if you're an audio creator. Sampler tab, you have the ability to actually create background noises. So, say if you wanted to have an air raid, you can have an air raid as you're talking. You can have Eastern Sands, which is like an eerie desert kind of. It's kind of soothing, if anything. You can definitely make something like a documentary or maybe just talking in a podcast and have this playing in the background, completely copyright free. You can sound like you're in a haunted house. You can sound like the moonlight. There's even expressions for some reason.
Hello?
All this, for me, speaks trolling. I don't know. You can create your own. So, say for instance, you can also import. So if you have like a Peter Griffin voice, then you can import that. You can even create one. So yeah, if you wanted a quick sound effect or even an audio to play, you can assign one of these sounds to a micro to play it, and then as you're recording, play it on demand. Moving over to the light sync. The light sync is sort of identical to the 502X mouse that we reviewed in the past. You have the ability to turn it on or off, which is a little different on this one, and the ability to have the brightness brighter or dimmer. However, with the presets, you have the same amount of, You have the same amount of effects by default. I originally said it was 4, but it's actually more than that if you look at through the actual software rather than in the glance. But you have breathing, color cycle, color wave, pulsar point, screen sampler, and audio visualizer, which syncs the lights with the audio that's playing, so you can have like a little light show if you're playing some music. You have the rate, brightness, and the color you can change. I like mine at red, but you also have G signatures and even custom colors you can assign. You have the ability to freestyle your colors. So you can choose any color you want through any of these dots right here. For me, I got it set to a little red, blue, and white. They have a selection mode, which you can either select the color and it won't change it, or you can press that and as soon as you press it, it's going to color it. So say for instance, yeah, I can just click them all and it'll all change that. With the animation stuff, I already had one created from the 502X. It was red, white, and blue, but let's create a new one here. So it's the same as the 502X, where you can choose the transition pattern and you can choose different layers of them. So I'm gonna attempt to make like a ring effect that kind of cycles around the bottom of the mic. So to do that, I'm gonna need like multiple patterns and to shorten the duration. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color each one of these LEDs one by one, and then I'm gonna add multiple layers. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shorten those layers by 1 notch. That way it's faster on the cycle. See, as you can see here, I'm playing it, and as it gets to the end, it's going slower. It's sort of like a timeline if you're an editor. If any editors are watching, you'll understand what I mean. But we're going to shorten this and see how it goes. This 50, 100, and 200% is just to make it bigger so you can edit it better. But it's the same duration, as you can see here. It just makes it easier to click the tiles. See here, doing only one of those doesn't really show that much, so we're actually going to try doing a little bit more so we can actually see the animation better, because we can hardly see the red in there. So it turns out you actually need about 4 or 5 of them to actually see it. So I'm going to adjust this to about 5. I'm going to do it in a forward pattern, that way it cycles correctly. So coloring 1 right after each block should actually fix this issue. Yep, and that's a lot better now that we got 5 of these going in a circular pattern. So yeah, that's how you make an animation. That's only one way to make an animation. There's a lot more ways you can make animations just by these little transitional patterns. You can also choose the way it cycles, whether it's reverse, cycle, or bouncing back and forth, which means it'll play and then reverse and play. But not only that, but you can also increase the speed of the animation. So if you wanted more than 200 milliseconds, you can increase it up to 300. As with every Logitech product, you have also the ability to change profile. So if you have a completely different set of settings, then you can toggle that via game or your own personal preference. And this can be set between all your Logitech devices, not just one. Pretty much that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll get that GPU comparison video done soon. That's probably going to be the next video, but if you want to see all of my Logitech devices or see even more unboxings in the future, give this video a like. Comment down what you would like to see, or if you would like anything to improve over the channel overall. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.